Hi guys. Yeah, I haven't been around while I haven't been feeling too well and been upset about a few things. First off, I want to thank Nona Grace for the thank you card. Isn't that pretty? But thank you for the card. We been having some really bad weather. It has been raining so hard. Today's been our first break. The wind has been so hard and gusting so hard. And as you guys know, that kind of weather bothers me. And we're just now going into tornado weather, and we're going to be into tornado weather for the next 3 months. But I don't worry too bad until May. But I haven't gotten a lot of sleep in the last few days because it's just been really bad around here. And some of you that know me know I can't handle storms because of the thing that happened to me back in 2000. Let me give you a little story, and then I'll put the newspaper clipping up there. When I moved to Missouri in 1999, I had all intentions of buying me a house and all of that. Well, I couldn't find a house that I liked. So what I did in 2000 is I went and bought on the north side of Sligman. I bought 5 acres of land, and then we had all the power put in, the water put in, sewer, all the telephone, all that stuff. And then I went and bought a brand new $27,000 mobile home and had it put in. And we got it all put up, hooked up, and all of that. And we built a little front deck on it. And about 2 weeks, we got everything moved in. All my furniture, everything got moved in. And my niece that lives in Kentucky, she had come up for a visit, and we were sitting in the living room, and we were talking about everything that I had to do as, because I'd only been in the mobile home for 2 weeks. And anyway, we were watching TV. I had this big, you got to remember this 20-some years ago, I had a big entertainment center at the end, and I had one of those big tube type, or not the tube type, but the newer, not flat screen, but the big bubble back 32-inch screen TV in there. Well, my phone rang, and she just kept watching TV, and I got the phone, and I stepped out on the deck, and I was talking on the phone to whoever it was, and I remember looking up at the sky, and I saw this black mark across the sky, just straight across, and one half was black and the other was just blue as sunshine, just beautiful, and this side was just black. And I remember I opened the door, turned around, I walked through the door, and when I walked through the door, I looked up and the roof was shaking, and I remember throwing the phone, and I was going to grab her and get out of the house. Well, just about the time I threw the phone and stepped over to her, the whole roof just blowed off. It went straight up. And everything in the house started swirling around. And I turned around, and that big 32-inch screen TV was up here in the air above my head. Well, at that time, with the roof gone, the walls were coming in and out like this. Well, when it would come in, you couldn't get the door open because the door was hitting the floor. So I threw her on the floor, and I laid down on top of her, and I turned the sofa on top of us. I wasn't positive it would save our life, but I thought it would help us keep from getting crushed by stuff. And I threw the sofa on top of us, and I was peeking where the arm come down to the floor. It kind of left like a little tent thing, and I was watching out that. Well, when the wall went up, I jumped out, and I stuck a 2x4 in there. And then I pulled her out, and when we stepped out on the deck to get out there, then the roof started coming down. So this whole time, from the time we went under there, was waiting, and got out and stepped out on the deck. Then the roof starts coming down. I mean, the roof was just raining down. And we went back in because I knew we were going to get crushed if we stayed out there. So we went back in, but we got caught again. We couldn't move because when the roof came off, it jerked all the electric wires out, and there was fire flying everywhere. And all I can remember is looking up the road. There was a road right in front that went up like this. My dad comes running down that road, and he ran over to the electrical service, the telephone pole, and he shut the electric off there so we could get out. And still, everything was just flying around, and it was up in the air, and stuff was crashing and all that. And right across the street from me, because the street ran right in front, there was another place over here, and there was a father with his 3 daughters lived in that place. And the girls told me that when the storm hit, they had come out. They were coming to my house because they were scared. And she said, we walked out on the front porch to come to your house. She said, when we did, we saw your roof go straight up in there. And she said, we turned around, all of us ran right back in the house. Well, after the storm went through my house, it went up to their house, but it didn't even hit their house. It went around like this, went around their house, and just stripped out all the trees in their backyard, busted them down and went on. It destroyed everything. I lost everything. Even my car that was sitting in the driveway, this storm took a 2x4 and drove the 2x4 straight through the front. It drove that 2x4 straight through the radiator, the grill of my car, the radiator, and right into the motor, destroying it. Everything was gone. Of course, you know, the whole town, all the neighbors came down to help. We scrapped up everything we could find, which wasn't much. All my stuff was scattered just for miles through the tops of the trees. But that mobile home, it was just gone in seconds. I had it 2 weeks, and it was just gone. And I want you guys to look at the picture and just think that me and my niece was inside of that. And the reason that the walls are up is because I had propped them up. I found wood, 2x4s and everything else that had fallen from everywhere, and that the walls were being propped up so we could get in and out at the time. But yeah, it destroyed everything, and we finally just had to tear it all down, and the only thing that was left was the little telephone box sitting out in the yard. And so when I needed to use a telephone, we just went out and hooked the telephone straight to the box, and that's how I made my phone calls. But I didn't want to do it again. I was out of money, you know, paying for the land and all the work that we had done on it, and a brand new mobile home, and then just lose it in seconds. You know, I wasn't going to clean it up and start over. So, you know, no money, no this, no that. The insurance would have covered the mobile home, but everything else, I would have had to still pay for everything else all over again. And I didn't have any money left. So I left it, sold it, never went back again to that. You can at least see what the house looked like and understand why I'm so nervous of storms and stuff now. They just scare me to death. And I'm still having a problem with, I know who it is now. I didn't know who it was then. But it all started, somebody kept coming in and they were downing every video I made of Tea Tuesday. I mean, it was like they'd go back and just down every one of them. They wouldn't even watch them. Then it got to where they were coming and downing every one of them. Well, I have a friend that he works part-time for YouTube, and then he has friends in YouTube, and they got to searching, and they did this, you know how you can go into YouTube, into your your dash panel, and it tells you who your main viewers are, like what age they are, where they're coming from, where your viewers are from, if they're male or female, all of that. Well, I had him to check on it for me, and we found out who was doing it. But I have to sign the paper for harassment charges, and once I signed that paper, because they found that this person wasn't even watching the videos. They would just go video to video and down every one of them. And so once I signed that paper, their channel's gone. And it is a lady. And at first, there was somebody else that I was thinking the whole time, and boy, was I wrong. I thought this person was doing it, and it was somebody completely different. Then I realized why she was doing it. Because she's upset with me because I wouldn't send her something that would cost me $60 and for her to pay me $15. And I refused to do it until postage and shipping went down a little bit during the holidays, because they usually do that here. They have a shipping or a thing where, you know, you can mail so many packages out at this price, this price, this price. So that's what I was waiting for. Well, when that time come, they didn't lower them, they raised them. So in order for me to send them this little box, well, not so little, but it would cost me $60-some. And all I would be getting back was $15. And so I refused to do it. And the price just kept going up and up and up. So I just had to put a stop to it altogether. Well, this person is very upset with me because I didn't go ahead and do it. And now she's trying to destroy my channel. And if I have to go ahead and sign the papers for harassment, I will get on there and give the name of the person. Right now, I'm not going to do it. But I don't want to see her lose her channel. If it doesn't stop, then I'm going to have to, because I got to sign harassment papers. And when I sign them, her channel's going to be gone anyway, which, you know, she doesn't put out a lot of videos. She puts out a few. But I just can't imagine somebody being that hateful and nasty to do it. At first I thought it was somebody in Tea Time Tuesday. It was one of the ladies that didn't want any men involved with the Tea Time Tuesday that kept coming in and marking them. And I thought, well, you know, they're not going to run me off from doing it if I want to do it. But anyway, we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. That's why I really haven't had the energy to even do it. With the storms coming and this person doing this, I just dreaded posting another video because I knew that as soon as I posted, they're going to be right there to down it. But at least I have some legal backing if they keep doing it. And, you know, I don't want to see anybody lose their YouTube, but I got to do what I got to do to protect myself. Because I've already had to start my channel over once because of this kind of stuff, and I'm not going to do it again. I'm just not going to do it. And I have just as much right on YouTube as anybody out there, any man, any woman out there. I have that right too. If you don't like my channel, don't come and watch. You don't have to come in and click, not even watch video, and just click all the down. Just don't come to my channel, period, and that'll solve it. Nobody's making you watch me. It's just the hatefulness in your heart that's making you do it. I'm very close to 2,000 subscribers. I'm getting closer, and it picked up when I did the brick with the biscuit with the gravy stuff on it and baked it. The videos really picked up then. And I was happy about that. So I'm about 300, a little less than 300 away from 2,000. It's getting close to time for me to go into my, you guys know, about once a month or every 2 months, I go into my deepest part of my depression, and I get narcolepsy at that time, and I can't be awake more than an hour during the day. So If there comes a time that there's a week to 2 weeks that I don't post a video, then you're going to know I'm in that downtime period. I'm in my depression down low period. And with narcolepsy, it makes you sleep all the time. You can't be awake during the daytime hours. You just can't do it. And I have a hard time with that. I go through that. I've even went to the bathroom while I'm standing there peeing, I fall asleep. So that's how bad it gets. Anyway, just wanted to jump on and show you guys this clipping and let you know that we're going into tornado weather here, and it'll be for the next 3 months. You know, we'll have storms off and on in March and April, but when May hits is whenever mayhem hits. You know, that's whenever it's sirens and warnings and lightning and flooding and tornadoes through that whole month. It gets really dangerous for us, but you know, I seem to survive it every year. But anyway, go look at the clip, and you may have to pause the video to read the story on the newspaper clipping. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later.